He doesn't know that we're listening to him, waiting for him to get out. Hold on a second.
Test, test. Oh, we're recording. Oh, Jesus. All right. Ready?
Yeah, got you in the bathroom.
Oh, thanks. That's real. I'm sure everyone wants to hear that.
I was telling everyone that you were in the bathroom and you didn't know.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Did they hear me pee?
Maybe. We'll find out.
Ew.
You're
I didn't
welcome.
pee, guys. I was just
You're
washing my
welcome,
hands
America.
the whole time.
Right.
Showing it on CNN.
Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your entertainment podcast for everything movies, television, video games, and more. My name's Adam.
I'm Oliver.
And today we are going over Loki, Season 2, Episode 4. Whew, alright. So, let's break this down.
Can I point out, it didn't feel like 50 minutes.
It did not feel like 50 It felt longer. Like, there was a
Really?
point where we paused it, and it was like, we still got like 38
I
minutes
thought it
left.
felt shorter than the last episode.
I don't know. I mean, it was a little bit shorter.
Oh, was it? Oh, that makes sense then.
Yeah. It was a lot of credits.
There was so
like
many.
8 minutes of credits. All right, guys. So we open up with, we just jump right into the fucking timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear screaming, we hear chuckling, and we get to Ravonna and Miss Minutes at the Citadel, where Miss Minutes shows Ravonna this like little tiny thing that like He Remains did that shows like Ravonna and He Remains were in charge of the TVA, or at least he promised her they'd be in charge of the TVA, even for just like whatever the fuck time that was, like 5 minutes, before she goes through a time door, and then he erases her memories, which is Order 66 and aka Protocol 42.
Protocol 42.
Protocol
Wow,
42.
sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Is Protocol 42 in the comics?
No.
No?
I don't think so. If it is, I don't know about it. I don't
Okay.
think so. So we get Protocol 42, which is erasing everyone's memory, which now we know obviously happens because
Because Mobius doesn't remember anything.
And so as we go from that, Ravonna's a little pissed off about this. And then we go to Victor Timely, who shows up at the TVA, and he's amazed by everything he sees. And Loki, B-15, and Mobius are trying to convince him to come help them and fix the temporal loom.
Mm-hmm.
We also get a lot of stuff coming from X-15 and
Docs? No, Docs is X-15.
Yeah.
Is it Docs or
Docs
no?
and
Docs
X5.
is X-15
and X5.
X5. Yeah,
That's what I meant. There's B-15. Okay. A lot of numbers and letters going around. So we have Docs and X5 inside of the TVA, like holding cell with a bunch of other TVA agents. B-15 comes in, tries to convince them to help them out. They're
like, we'll think about it.
Yeah. So then we go back to Victor Timely trying to help everyone, and he meets OB, where OB recognizes him, and they're just like...
They recognize each other.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God.
They're like, yo...
So it's kind of
beef,
like they said,
or no
like,
beef.
Ouroboros means the snake eating his own tail, and that's what is referenced. So it's kind of like a full circle moment. And then we go back to Renslayer showing up to the TVA agents, and she ends up giving them an option of join me or die.
And join me. You have the option to return to your own life,
or you're not gonna like what happens,
or
die.
And Miss Minutes goes into that square making or vacuum thing.
Yeah, and X5 is like, I want to have my life, and the rest of them are like, nah, I'm good.
I feel like we didn't even get to... No one said anything.
Either way, the rest of them get put into a box.
Basically, Bradley now...
destroyed.
Yeah,
kills all of these TVA agents in this box that just crushes them to death, and
dude, that's
hear the
terrifying.
blood. And we just saw Werewolf by Night, and we'll get into that into the next episode, but like... Dude, that's
kind of nuts. No, they're not going to show it.
So we go from that. So they kill everyone, and then B-15 finds them and is all like, "Oh my God!" Like blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So then Victor Timely is with OB, and he sees the hot cocoa machine that Mobius uses, and he's like,
which he's like fascinated and keeps getting distracted by. We thought that was weird.
Yeah, so he goes to like fix it, I guess, and make it better.
We're assuming. We don't even know.
Yeah, because he gives the cocoa to the other agent who is like, oh my God, this is great. Then he gets pruned by X5.
Right.
and he kidnaps Victor
Victor.
to bring him to find out like what the fuck's going on to Ravonna Miss Minutes. They try to interrogate him. He is stalling as Loki and the rest of them are down there trying to like figure everything out. And we get to the point where we see Loki was the one that pruned himself back in episode 1. So we get that full circle moment.
And the phone
And the phone
ringing.
ringing was OB.
Yeah, instead of the
like,
million
where-
other
yeah,
theories that
like,
were going on.
Where'd you guys go? So they end up going back to the temporal loom, and they use Victor's DNA, like his head, to like at least open up the blast doors. And they're about to try to like figure out how to do this and run and change this temporal loom. And Loki's about to run out there, and they're like, no, let's let Victor do it. And then Victor goes out there trying to be brave,
And he gets fucking shredded.
dude.
He gets
So, guys,
spaghettied.
We talk about everything, so obviously the spoilers. But guys, Victor Timely dead. Victor Timely done died. Real quick, real fucking.
Were you expecting that?
Not in that way.
I was not expecting that.
But
instant.
when we were talking about when he was going out there, I was like, watch him die. And then
I know, and just
boom,
instantly.
spaghetti.
Honestly, that's like
Mr. Fantastic, which is funny because they're technically related. So
right.
weird that they both go out the same way.
I kind of appreciate the writer's choice in just having him die instantly.
Not well, they have so many variants of him that they can go with, and also like we were just saying about blood, they show like his bones underneath and his skull, so like they really went into that, showing like what OB said, like your skin's gonna get peeled off and you're gonna feel it. That's like what fucking Mobius was like writing on the thing, skin question mark kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we get to this, so he's dead, and then the whole fucking timeline just
Explodes.
all of them collide. We get all this radiation, and everything just goes to black. We don't know what's going on.
Well, you're missing a part, actually. Before this, you're missing a very important conversation between Loki and Sylvie.
Yes, so we'll get into that, but before we get into that, here's a word from our sponsor.
Thank you for BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you can just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to a therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. With BetterHelp, you can get to the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you. Any scheduling flexibility and at a more affordable price. Just get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/nerdlocker. The link is going to be right down below in the description. Man, I can't believe how addicting Cinnamon Toast Crunch is.
Right?
What are you wearing?
A shirt?
You're into scary movies, right?
Kinda.
I see it. Anyway, there's a sick brand that I know of. They make a bunch of like horror-esque type of. Here, I tell you what. Let me just. Better.
Oh. I like that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
You know who makes that?
Who?
Seventh Ink.
Really?
All artwork, original.
Whoa, that's
Yeah, you got little bats on you.
But what about you?
What about me?
Oh. But what about your mask? Oh. Well,
Get off the dipshit.
I mean, these shirts are awesome though. Like they're really comfortable. They fit nice. Like
Honestly,
This
that's
is
why I
great.
threw one at you. This is pretty lightweight. They don't shrink. And
Yeah.
it's just like, come on, just look at me.
this is great. You know what? Want to grab some popcorn and watch a scary movie?
What's your favorite scary movie? What the was that?
And we're back. So that scene that we were talking about. So this is a scene between Loki and Sylvie where they're at the pie place. Which
You have to pay for.
hold on. You pay 1 token for the fucking hot chocolate. But
What's
you pay
tokens?
3
So they
tokens.
do get paid then,
I
obviously.
guess so. 3 tokens for a piece of pie. Either that or fucking Mobius is just like stealing shit from
Whoa,
people.
hold on. This opens up like a whole thing. Do they go grocery shopping?
I don't know. What did they do with the tokens other than buy things there?
There's so far soup, hot chocolate, coffee, pie.
No, I don't see anything wrong.
Do
with
they
that.
forget to eat too? Is that a part of Protocol
I don't
42
know.
or
Order 66? I don't know.
Dude, the clones don't eat?
Yeah.
Just-
So I guess okay. So yeah, we get to this scene between them, and they're talking about hope and the reality of things. And
A
you
New
said
Hope.
you had an issue with this scene. What are your issues with?
I had a
scene?
tiny bit of it. So first off, Loki's dialogue in him like basically reiterating Thor's story
Yeah.
was good. I like that. And
Mhm.
just explaining like, hey, listen, sometimes you have to be weaker in order to get stronger. And it'll teach you on what to do in the future. Like you feeling for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually Sylvie is like it was like weird. Like it seems like she's like at a loss, obviously, because she starts working at like Macca's, McDonald's, and
Yeah.
she wants to be human,
Mhm.
and Loki reminds her, we're gods. We
Yeah.
have to control the situation, otherwise it's chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like it at first until I was pointed out the shot it was taken at.
Okay.
So since it's a very far shot and they're very little, and he says that line versus in when he was trying to be a
We
god
are gods.
of we are gods in like a very like outburst tone,
Yeah.
it seems like he's just saying we are gods. It's our job to actually
Yeah.
protect these people, not rule them.
Yeah, I think it wasn't meant for more of like an egotistical way, but more of a responsibility way.
Right.
Like,
And so I appreciated that. I
yeah.
didn't like the predictability. Like I thought,
Yeah,
like
'cause
we
we
both
called
get
it.
it. Like
Yeah.
we're like he's gonna say we're gods.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it now more because of the angle taken.
Yeah,
So
the angle taken as
I kinda
well
changed my
as
mind a little.
the delivery of it, because it wasn't like he said it like we are gods or like said it so quickly.
Yeah, like-
he like took his time to say
Like,
it.
he didn't say I said kneel. It's like, can you kneel?
It's like we've been saying we're the god of mischief for a while now. We
Right.
should probably
Maybe we should own up to the name.
yeah,
right?
like we can't keep saying it if we're not going to do anything about it. You know what I mean? So I think that's where it's at. And obviously we get this weird like Sopranos like cut to black
At the
moment
end, yeah. Didn't like it. You were pissed.
And because in Loki season 4 we had the post credit scene where he woke up and we had the other Lokis. Like that was the whole point of it.
Right. We got
didn't
nothing.
get that in this. We didn't
I
get
kinda
no post
appreciate
credit
it.
scene, no nothing.
You know, well, I mean, let's think about like we got a reference to Back to the Future, and
We
the end of
did.
Back to the Future 1, it was a quick cutout. We have to save your kids, Marty. And that was a quick. What do you think made so much money? Back to the Future 2.
Yeah, but I think when we go down this road, okay. So number one, what do you rate the episode?
Like a 7.
I give it like an 8, and even though I didn't like the ending because I don't like cliffhangers, even though it's all Marvel is.
And so was Lost. Got referenced a lot.
So
today.
is Lost, yes. I think that personally, in my opinion, this episode could have definitely used a lot more. I wanted more Sylvie. As
We
weird
didn't
as
really
that
get
sounds.
enough of Sylvie this entire season so far.
I wanted more Sylvie, and I kind of wanted more time with Victor Timely.
I feel like we're
Before
gonna
he
get.
got
I feel like
fucking
we're gonna get.
spaghettied.
Before we got spaghetti.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get more Sylvie for sure.
Yeah. And we're gonna get another Kang variant by the end of this. We're getting we're getting
there's so
Jonathan
many.
Majors in some way, shape,
They have
or
to
form.
sell them out.
Yeah.
So
And even if it's like the Council of Kings, like we saw during Ant-Man and the Wasp,
that'd be
like
cool too.
we are getting more Kangs, and it makes me excited. So I guess like where this all can link into, because this obviously is gonna link into the Deadpool stuff
Oh.
as well. So
Right,
we'll
we
see
got a
exactly
kind of a
where
reference for like
yeah.
the X-Men door
So
is what you
I
mentioned too.
do think that Loki's gonna. I don't. Obviously, there's 2 more episodes. No one fucking died, you know. And if they did, not like we're gonna get around.
You don't think Casey's gonna die?
I don't know. And those versions of them probably died. Like in whatever timeline that is, they're dead. Because I think the big revelation is that they're on their own timeline and they don't even know it. That's what I have a feeling of. Like there's multiple TVAs.
Do you think
Amongst all
this
the
Loki is gonna
timelines.
run to Loki that ran to Thanos eventually? Ever?
No,
Damn.
never. I have a funny feeling that we're gonna get a lot of. See, episode 5 is going to be a lot of time travel and explanations, And episode 6, the finale, is going to be the introduction of a new Kang, and I think some leeway into the Deadpool stuff because they're going to. So, real quick, so guys, if you don't stop watching the video now, skip ahead a couple minutes because I'm about to talk about some big spoilers, even to you. But this is all rumor. I don't know for a fact. So, post-credit scene apparently leaked for the Marvels. And I need to bring
Okay.
this up for the reason of this
That's
show.
next, isn't it?
Yeah, that is next. But I need to bring it up, and unfortunately I do for this reason of the show, because if it is true, whatever, it's a post-credit scene. It's not like it's the actual plot.
Right.
So apparently in the post-credit scene, Monica Rambeau is supposed to be stranded into an alternate universe, into a different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And the
And
timeline
just to reiterate,
is supposed
Monica
to be,
Rambeau is from WandaVision, right? That stepped into.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So she's one of the Marvels. She's supposed to be yeah. So she's supposed to be trapped into a different timeline by the end of the Marvels movie. This timeline, rumored, guys, is supposed to be the timeline where her mother's still alive and a Captain Marvel variant, which we saw in Doctor Strange, was her mother as a Captain Marvel variant.
Okay.
She was apparently killed, but she was just crushed by a statue. No one saw a body. No one knows if she actually did or didn't survive that, or if she's going to a different timeline, a different point of time within the timeline. Regardless, if that's the case, she might be going to the 838 universe, which leads into where Professor X is, which could be this Fox Marvel universe that we're talking about. That 838, that Illuminati, could have stemmed from the Fox X-Men movies that we've been watching this whole time.
Right.
So that could be the same exact Professor X. And if she goes back earlier in the timeline, she could save that Professor X. She can save Mr. Fantastic. She can save all of these people. So we can get those versions of those people if we want to. So if someone really like John Krasinski, this is an easy way to bring him back into the timeline by stopping him from getting killed from Wanda or some kind of other multiverse way. Regardless, I think that's how they're going to cross these over. I think that 838 timeline is going to become a very big plot point going forward because regardless, there's one member that wasn't sitting there.
It was empty. What?
That was empty. No one knows who it was supposed to be. Well, we do, but production stopped it. So it was supposed to be Balder the Brave, which we got from last episode of Loki, which was supposed to be played by Daniel Craig.
Right.
It was supposed to be that last seat. So he's still alive, or whoever they decide they want that to be, as well as so is Baron Mordo from that timeline.
Mm-hmm.
He never died. So he's the only Illuminati member left that we've seen. So he's still alive, which means he might want revenge against Wanda. And he might want the revenge against Wanda that universe that was only briefly taken over by our 616 Wanda to get her kids. So it wasn't like she was in her right mind. She was possessed by a different version of herself. So if he goes after her, she's going to be like, what are you talking about? I don't remember doing that. I wasn't in my own body. So we might get into that with Agatha coming out and Deadpool and Secret Wars and all this shit. Like, I think 838 is our Fox universe, and they just haven't confirmed it yet.
Interesting. Wow, that's a lot of information.
That is a lot of information.
You might want to replay that for those of you that are listening in the car. Don't look up any names either while you're driving.
Please don't. Don't text and drive. So yeah, are you like? How are you liking the season so far? We're past the halfway
I do like
mark.
the season.
Do you like it more than season 1? So far?
Yes, I do.
Same.
Yeah. I so far I do. I think I'm kind of fanboying because like I like the time travel aspect more than the time jumping from different areas.
Yeah.
I think that's why I wasn't a crazy fan of Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Because I much rather deal with like Spider-Man's let's erase everyone's mind and you live your own life versus let's hop worlds. But yeah, this season's pretty good. We got up to 6 episodes, right, for this season?
Yeah. So we have 2 more left.
2 more.
Yeah. 2 more weeks left, guys. And then after that, we have the Marvels, which should be coming out the day after the finale of Loki.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Friday?
Not next Friday, but the Friday after.
Friday after. Adam's trying to kill me.
We're going to have very
What time is it right now, Adam? On the Eastern Seaboard?
Right now, at the moment,
Seaboard?
guys, it is 4:10 a.m. and we are tired, and we're going to do one more episode after this. So, other than that, we're excited. Great. 7, 8, we're good. Boom. Episode
7,
4.
8. Oh.
You rated it 7. I rated it 8. Episode 5 next week. Penultimate episode. We'll see who survived.
Take a guess who's gonna die. Really quick.
Ooh. By the end of the season or by the next episode?
End of the season. Casey.
Die. Okay.
Not like
Okay.
pruned.
Okay.
Dead.
Dead. Okay. I would say, I'm going to go with OB.
No.
I'm going to go with OB.
Such a good character.
I feel like he's just here for the season.
You know what's also annoying? I feel like there's a lot.
You're good.
I feel like there's a lot of like the comedic characters sometimes in like movies tend to die because they know the audience connects to them so much and like them. Is that like
I don't
a
know.
really annoying trope?
I don't know if he's like signed on for season 3. Like I think he's just supposed to be the season kind of thing. I think it's just like one and done. Unless he's the actual He Who Remains, because this whole
don't
like
fucking
chicken
know.
and egg thing.
Chicken and egg.
is
Yeah, before the
really
egg.
confusing
Before
the fucking
what is it? Chicken.
the
before
chicken or the egg, which came first?
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, it's like it's confusing me because I really don't know, because it's like if you're inspiring each other,
How
where the
do
fuck
you-
do we start? Where does it start?
who
Because
wrote- like what year is
the
this
thing
book
is
written?
and last thing I'm gonna say on this is Kang or He Who Remains said like I was born in the 31st century, so how the fuck did they go back to the 19th century to grab Victor Timely unless he was pushed out of his timeline? Like what I'm thinking is in the Kang War, maybe he took instead of like taking the Kangs and killing them because he couldn't kill himself, like because he's too good for himself. It's like, let me just take you.
Is that a little narcissistic?
Yeah, it's like, let me take you and put like your start at different points in the timeline to purposely try to make sure you don't end up the same way as me.
And really quick, this kind of bounces back. We think Miss Minutes is going to be the big bad because it seems like Victor Timely
Yeah.
kind of ruined that whole shit.
I don't know. I just feel like let's say this is a sacred timeline. If He Who Remains was like, I'm gonna take 50,000 of you and put you like 10 years apart throughout all the timelines, I just know that the one that becomes Victor Timely, that one specifically, that's the one that will become He Who Remains. But all the other ones are going to become different versions of me. But to make another He Who Remains, it's got to be the Victor Timely
gotta be
one, the
Victor
scientist one, in the 19th century.
But it seems like Victor Timely's so nice.
He's
Like,
probably put one in every single century, because we had a little Easter egg of it in Moon Knight where one of the guys that was fighting Moon Knight had like this picture of a pharaoh, and that's Pharaoh. What's his name?
raw.
No. I might be getting this wrong, but I think it's Tamahut or something like that. But basically, in the comics, Kang went back to like the Egyptian times, and was a
He was just
Emperor then.
he was just securing his position.
yeah.
To
So
be...
so that on the back of someone's thing is like, oh, there's another Kang variant that was back then. So I think he just put a version of himself
So basically,
in every single
like you
century.
said, this line, every version of Kang, and whatever time that Loki and Mobius jump to is supposed to be the one until Miss Minutes finds that person.
So they just
Because
did that
Miss
TVA
Minutes
book.
pointed it
It's
out.
that book.
Yeah,
So
it's the book.
Any of those Kangs can be He Who Remains if they get the book in their childhood.
Right.
But specifically, they wanted Victor Timely. But it's like, why did you want?
Does
him?
that make He Who Remains a decent person? Because
I don't
Victor
know.
Timely's pretty cool.
I don't know. Well, we don't know
Until
anymore
he
about
got
him. Yeah.
fucking massacred.
I don't know, because it's like, is it just him, or can anyone become a He Who Remains? Like, if they're in the 16th century, can they become a He Who Remains, or do they just become a different?
Well, we have
like
to point
Kang the
out the
Conqueror.
important scene where Miss Minutes literally said, "You will never be him,"
Yeah.
and then disappeared before the reboot.
There's so much about this specific version of him that makes me wonder, because it's like,
He's got to be a variant of variants.
there's a ultimate Kang, and it's not He Who Remains, and it's not the one from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it's obviously not Victor Timely. So there's another one, and it could be OB. Like, for example, and last thing I'm gonna say on this, last thing, legal suits. If they go bad way, they can easily throw in OB as the ultimate
Okay.
Kang.
You
know
think
what I
that's
mean?
her way out?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Or
what you mean.
Casey.
No, I don't want it to be Casey.
Or it could be Ravonna. It could be Miss Minutes.
Also, yo,
Someone's got to be.
Mobius being Boulder, by the way, would be fucking dope.
Yeah, there was a theory that Mobius might be Boulder the Brave, but I know Daniel Craig is supposed to play it, but there's variants, guys.
That'd be so
There's
cool.
variants.
That'd be dope. I like
Insane.
that. Okay, anyway.
And that would
probably-
explain why he loves
probably
like
end.
working with Loki, because that's his brother.
I know.
You know what I mean? So, anyways, other than that, where can they find you, bud?
Do I have to say?
Yeah.
This is 21 on any social media platform except for TikTok. I'm Oliver Kahn VA.
And you can find me at AMOR Photography. You can find this studio at Archangel Studios Official, and you can find this podcast at Nerd Locker Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And last easy tidbit, guys, this Saturday, Origins Monster Within Episode 1 releases on YouTube exclusively. So we have it on Spotify, but you get the YouTube version. And if you guys like that, let us know. We'll release the other ones also on YouTube. But we
You
will
just said YouTube twice.
we'll release it on YouTube. Yeah. We have it on Spotify, but we'll release the rest of the episodes
I
on
see.
YouTube if everyone wants to see them. Yeah. If you guys want it, it's just audio with a nice little picture that we've made. But yeah, if you guys want more of that, this Saturday, the teaser, the first episode of Origins Monster Within releases on YouTube.
That's 2 days.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Already scheduled to come out. All right, guys. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.